Well, harvest is kind of like, I don't know, nature's Christmas. It's when the gifts of the vineyard are given to you, and you can squander them or invest care and energy into making them something that is, ideally, they are agricultural product, but sometimes they can become transcendent. I think that's why people over the centuries have been intrigued by wine and what it is and what it can do for you. Every year harvest is literally the culmination of the fruits of our labor. There's a couple of aspects to it. One is, of course, all the work that you put into it all during the growing season to hope that it will, the fruits will come to fruition. The other is picking the right time to harvest, because you don't really know, since there's a lot of unfamiliarity with these grapes, so you don't really know what's ripe and what's overripe and what's too ripe. And we're finding out what that point is as we go through the season.
There is a feeling of when you get there and the sun's just starting to get up, it's just calm, you don't hear a thing, and then suddenly you see cars pulling in, you see the sun rising, and then suddenly it just went from this potential energy to massive kinetic energy. So also, I highly encourage everybody to try the grapes. You'll get some banana tropical. So all the time that we spend from the previous harvest leading up to this harvest, it's just months and months and hours and days of preparing the vines so they can get the best quality fruit possible. And then the next step is to precisely choose the timing of when to pick the grapes. And then once you've collected those grapes, you have to collect them all in a timely manner, as well as make sure that the production side of everything works really well. And then you have to also count on the fermentations succeeding when you apply them.
This is where you're actually getting your hands on the thing that you've been working with all year long. It's kind of the first plateau. The next one, of course, is after the wine is made and you're tasting the wine, but the harvest is like one moment in time when you're there. It's you and the grapes, and you're trying to see what they have given to you. Our tagline is that it's the voice of the land, and when you're having that dialogue with these grapes, every click in the conversation, unlike social media, which is instantaneous, this click is annually. So if we do something right or wrong, we don't really know how that plays out until you've actually tasted the wine that comes out of the winemaking, that comes out of the grape growing, that comes through the harvest.
So with harvest, you have one shot, and if you miss your shot, you have to wait another year. And if you're lucky enough, you can see that next year. So you can certainly try to do your part to work with Mother Nature, but at the end of the day, what she says goes. So
we're trying to create a vineyard here to see what what grapes we can get out of it. We're trying to create wine out of those grapes to see what that wine can be. And the third step is actually creating a community that will appreciate those grapes and wines, because it's really, none of these grapes can you just look at the bottle and know what it's like. You have to be willing to kind of open up yourself and explore the diversity that these grapes represent, because you will have no previous reference points for what they are.
And it's emotional in a positive way, and then it's challenging because it's taxing on your body, it's taxing on your sleep and your personal relationships. But at the end of the day, when you realize how much work you put in a single session, and then you get to bottling, you just kind of think back of all the memories you had with that grape and wine. So overall, it's a feeling like nothing else.